Today we're diving in the world of Zvizzer, the German brand that is making wave in the car care industry. My guest is Steve from the Fine Details, the first official Zvizzer reseller in the US. We'll break down their thermal pads, their polishing system, and what makes their product stand out. By the way, I do my best every week to bring you guys value, so all I ask in return is you to subscribe to the House of Rags YouTube channels. Hope you enjoy this one.
So, Steve, before we start, I like to ask my guests an engaging question for the audience. So, in your mind, what would be the number one mistake that a detailer does when it's the time to choose a compound or a polishing pad?
I think sometimes people just go for the cheap product instead of a good product, or maybe they don't do a test spot or check the depth of the paint. You need to have good products, good pads, good polishes. You don't want to go right in with the heavy cut on a paint that doesn't have a lot of clear coat left. So there's a few things that you really should do before you put a pad and polish and a machine on a car.
So, you would recommend a paint depth gauge for pretty much everyone? They're so cheap nowadays, right?
I think so. Paint depth gauge, a light to check for scratches, see how you're doing. Good machine, good pad. Well, obviously, since I'm uh, I'm a distributor for Zvizzer, good pads and polishes.
I guess so. We're gonna get into that. I'm really excited to know more about the brand. You guys have some super nice packaging. It's a German brand. I love everything German, cars, tools, and so before we jump into it, um, Steve, what, where the detailing comes from for yourself? What's your background when talking detailing?
Well, I've always been into keeping my cars clean, and then 5 or 6 years ago, I learned how to polish, and I started doing more about my own cars and some friends' cars. Eventually, it turned into a side business that I've been doing for 2 or 3 years now. I do interior, exterior detailing, paint correction, one step, ceramic coatings. So I do all that. I haven't gotten into tint or PPF yet, which since I'm by myself, I probably won't do that. I'll just stick to detailing.
You're a distributor for Zvizzer, and I've noticed that you have your own line of products. Can you elaborate on that? How did you come to fruition with your own brand?
I thought having my own brand would be beneficial for customers. After you do paint correction or you put a sealant on a car or ceramic coating, if they had products they could buy from me for their cars to help maintain them, that would help me out and it would help them out. And I have, I don't know, just about anything you need to take care of your car in
Yeah.
my store.
What was it? Was it worth, or is it worth the all the work and the, like? I guess there's a big investment to get into that in your words.
It's a big investment, but I think it's worth it. I enjoy it. I enjoy the detailing. I did a BMW SUV last year, and when the customer came to pick it up, she said, "You made me love my car again." So that makes it all worth it right there.
That's pretty awesome. Was that an X5?
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, it
a
had a
big.
special order color. It was
Okay,
it was really nice.
I'm a big BMW guy. So, how did you get involved with Zvizzer? By the way, please help us with the Zvizzer name. There's many different way that we hear it. I heard the other day Zvizzer or Zvizzer.
Zvizzer. Just you were saying it right, Zvizzer. I think
Zvizzer. Okay.
maybe yeah, they say it a little different with the accent, but yeah, it's Zvizzer. Some people call it visor, but it's something like Zvizzer.
Zvizzer. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you get involved with Zvizzer, Steve?
Last summer I was cruising Instagram and I saw a post from Zvizzer USA. So I sent them a message seeing if I could get some free stuff just to try out. And they said, "Well, we don't really send out free stuff for the sample. And so we were messaging back and forth, and end up letting them know that I detail on the side and that I have a small online store. Then they asked me if I'd be interested in selling their product in my store. Well, before I said yes, I went to Detailing Central. It's a UK based detailing group. So in the group, I just asked, "What do you guys think is a Zvizzer?" And 95% of the people said either it's the best or it's great. So after I saw those responses, I messaged it back and said, "All right, I'm in. Let's go."
Because it's really popular in Europe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The people really like the colors. It draws that's what was drawing a lot of people to our booth at MTE was the colors. But then when after they saw the demo and we were able to talk about the products, a lot of them I've been busy since I've been back from MTE.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear because for before we even before I even found your name, I was really attracted by the brand packaging. I gotta say, it looks pretty nice. So I guess I'm not the only one. And the other day I was looking at Thor's video when they released the brand on their website, and I've seen their ceramic coating packaging, and then I jumped on the website, look at it. It's awesome. I guess they have they hired the best designer out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's cool colors that really attracts people.
Is there anything specific that drew you to the brand itself?
I guess initially it was the colors, and then once I found out that everyone in the UK loved it, that's all that I needed to attract me to the brand. I figured if it was a good brand, it might take some time to spread the word to get the word out, but it'd be worth a shot. So
Did you see this as an opportunity because it was not here yet? It was not well, not really popular here, and you saw the potential from the Europe, so you wanted
yes,
to be like one of the first here.
actually, I was the first online store in the US last August.
That's
Yeah, I thought it would be an opportunity. I was able to get in with Zvizzer USA on the ground floor. So I hope to grow with them as the brand grows.
I know we haven't speak for too long, but would you say that you're a distributor for Zvizzer? Are you also a rep, or this is not really clear now because the brand is too young into the US?
I think that's still to be determined. Well, right now, yeah, I am a distributor, but I don't. I guess I see myself as a rep. I was at MTE with them, and if they go to SEMA, I'll be at SEMA with them too. So I see myself as a rep. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, good. So you told me the other day that you went to Portugal for like official training for yourself.
Yeah, they sent let's see, me, five of us to Spain, to Valencia, Spain, for training at the Zvizzer Training Center. We spent, was it 3 or 4 days there, learning how to use the pads, the polishes, learning about the pads and polishes. It was uh it was a lot. We didn't really have time to sightsee. It was just going there, and we spent most of the day there. Then we go out to dinner and we go back to the hotel. But it was a lot of fun. Learned a lot. Learned a lot.
I guess they really want their staff to know how to use their product the right way, because
Right.
that's one thing that you see sometimes with other brands. For myself, I would watch like the German version of the video or the rep from Germany, and then you hear a different story from the US people that they hired. So that's not really what you want to see here.
No, well, the thing is about the Zvizzers, you use the polishes different than most brands. Most brands.
My product recommendation this week is going to be Zvizzer. So go on the houseofrag.com and .ca. You can find Zvizzer product. Use the code DOGMA to save you some money. And let's get back into the video.
You put four drops on a pad, tap it out, spread it, then turn up the speed. Was the Zvizzer polishes, you put a bigger drop on the panel, spread it around, just not bigger than the pad you're on. Put the machine on top of the polish, turn it up to 6, and just go to work. So you use it a little different. When I came back from Spain, I was seeing some videos from people using it, and I messaged them and said, "Hey, that's not the right way to do this." So I'd let them know the right way to do it. And then I made last year, I think after I got back from Spain, I made a quick video about the proper way to use it, and then I just posted another one last week, I think. So yeah, you use it a little bit differently than everything else.
Okay, so they go full throttle. Is there a machine that they constantly use, or in the trainings, is there a machine that fits the full speed, the full throttle?
No, I don't think the machine really matters. I think at the training center they have Rupes machines, but you can use any machine. But the
Okay.
machine I don't think matters as much as using the pads and polishes the proper way.
So the big drop that you mentioned, do you put it on the pad or on the panel?
No, you put it on the panel. Put it on the panel, spread it around with your finger, no bigger than the size of the pad you're using. And then put the pad in the machine right on top of that on the polish, and then just go to work.
So that would probably spread it better on the pad that way.
It gets it into the pad, and then it spreads. And one thing too, that you can polish with the polishes all day and they don't dust. That
Oh, they
was a
don't
big
dust.
part of the no dust. That was a big part of the demo. A lot of people were like, "Wow, that's pretty impressive." At full speed, and because it'll break down to get clear even after the polish gets clear, you can still go. There's still lubrication on the panel.
So that would work
So
well with a rotary.
yeah, yeah, no,
Okay.
it works really well.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the whole system really quick here, but before we do that, I want to go into maybe the story of Zvizzer. Uh, well, of course, it's a new thing. So tell me what you know about Zvizzer, what you can say about the story. A quick story about Zvizzer in general for just for the people at home.
But I know the owner, Detlef Finken, he's been in the foam pad industry for, I know, I'd say at least 35 years. So he knows his stuff about foam pads, polishes. And the head trainer, Antonio, he's been detailing and in the business for, I'd say probably 25 years. So they're not really new to the game. They've been in the business for a long time. And uh, I think they've got good products. And
Uh,
Detlef, he's not like you think your regular CEO or owner would be. He's not really a suit and tie kind of guy. We went out, we were having dinner with him, and having some drinks, talking. He's just like a regular guy. So he's really cool guy. So I'm glad to be part of the Zvizzer family.
Good. So the products are made in Germany, but are the owners, is the brand HQ in Germany or it's in Spain?
I think they have an office in Spain and an office in Germany. When
But
we
it's a
went,
German brand.
yes, it's a German brand. We went to Spain. I think their head office may be in Spain now, but they have an office in Germany also. But it is a German brand.
Okay. So next up, so do you know the reason why they want to expand in the US right now? Did they think about it for a long time? What's the plan here?
Uh, they were. I don't think they were excited about coming to the U.S. because it's a different market than Europe, and I think a lot more competition than in Europe. So they're taking a chance coming to the U.S.
Okay, there's like I guess a pressure to try it out. There's a big market, the US.
I think that's probably a big reason why they came, because it's a big market. It's worth a shot.
Yep, yep. And the people in Miami, it, is it like an investor or is it someone that we know in the detailing world? Who is behind the Miami? Like, is Miami the US HQ for now?
No, the U.S. HQ is in Tampa or Clearwater, and the head of the U.S. Zvizzer USA is Alan Barr, but he's not from the detailing industry.
You've been with as a distributor for about a year. So what are the struggles, the most challenging stuff so far?
The most challenging so far is just getting the word out, getting the product into people's hands. I'm just one small guy, trying to spread the word. So it takes time, but like I said earlier, MTE I think should give us a boost. That's
And
been the biggest thing.
yeah, so the trade shows, you guys talking about it and going door to door. I'm hoping for you that the US branch starts moving stuff around for the brand to go wider, right?
I think they are down in Florida, in Miami. They have a salesperson. They have a salesperson in Clearwater. So they go out and they're looking for distributors, detailing stores. They have a few that sell the stuff, and now they have a salesperson in Miami. Miami is big in into the marine line. So there's the marine line, there's the detailing line, and then there's the professional line. So we have three lines
Right.
that we can sell.
Yeah, I've seen that on the website. There's a lot of stuff to look into. I just looked at the detailing catalog, and so is there anything specific that you can tell me how Zvizzer plan to compete in the US? Is there like, are they more after the organic type of growth, or do you think there's any like big marketing campaign coming up?
Right now, it's organic. I could see a marketing campaign coming now that the word is getting out there more. Now that people are starting to know who we are, I could see a marketing plan coming.
So let's move into the product line and the pads, of course. So Zvizzer has maintenance products. I've seen that you guys have soaps, um, protection product, detail sprays, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
They really got I think the detail stuff or the protection, the other stuff because that love son John, he wanted that stuff. The main focus really is still the pads and the polishes. That's the big thing.
okay, so talk to me about the pads. What makes the Zvizzer pads different from other brands?
What makes them different is that, like, say you were to take a Zvizzer pad, like we'll say the red heavy cup pad, and you take a competitor's heavy cup pad. You polish on a panel for 30, 40 seconds. You take the competitor's pad, you feel it's going to feel a lot softer. Take our pad, you take it off the machine, you feel it. It won't feel anywhere near as soft as a competitor's pad. So they hold their structure, they don't break down from the heat, and they last longer.
Okay, so that would give you like a more regular cut, like a more efficient type of
Yeah. Since they
progress.
don't break down, they'll polish. If it's a cut pad, it'll still cut next time, and after that, it'll keep going. So you don't have to
Okay,
worry about switching out a pad maybe as often. Just keep them clean and keep going.
you told me earlier that Zvizzer is really big into pads. They have like sister companies, so they make their own pads, right?
Yes, they have. Well, they're the only ones that have the thermal foam. It's their thermal foam, open cell foam. They're the only ones that have that.
Okay,
That's proprietary to them.
okay, understood. And I was looking at the catalog again, and I've seen excuse my the way I'll be saying it. There's the trapeze pads and the all rounder. So what's the difference here?
The trapeze pads are for a DA. The all rounders are for a DA or a rotary. So they're shaped. The all rounders are shaped a little bit different than the trapeze pads.
The trapeze pads they have like more of an angle at the end of the pad.
Yes. Here I got here.
Yes, you can show us.
Here's an all-arounder. See, it's got a little cutout, and then it's got a little backing also, a little thicker backing. So it's shaped a little bit
Oh,
different. So you can use it on a DA or a rotary. Where's
okay.
and here's a regular pad, a trapeze pad. You can see that. Can you see the difference?
Yes.
So that's the difference between the two pads. Yeah, the foam is the same for the all arounders, just a different, little bit different shape.
Okay. That's very interesting. That type of backing is is maybe like something to compare with, not exactly the same, but like HDO or most DA. Most
Maybe something
DA,
similar.
yeah, they have like an extra backing to
Hmm.
be have a stronger pad against the 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 throw of the machine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Last
When we were
longer.
in Spain, we really didn't go into the all rounders too much. They were concentrating more on the trapeze pads.
Okay. This is what you carry on your own store, right?
Yeah, I have all the trapeze pads, all the DA pads,
Okay.
all the colors, the microfiber, the hybrid, and the velour pads. I carry all of them.
Okay. So the red would be cut, the orange is a medium, and yellow is fine.
Yeah, yeah. You have green is super soft. You could use that as a wax application pad or maybe a jeweling pad if you're trying to get that last percentage or two of gloss out of a paint. Then you step up to the fine cut, which would be your finishing pad. The orange pad is your one step pad. Red is your cut pad, but depending on the paint, you can use the red as a one step also. And then blue is, for really extreme stuff, the pre cut.
Yeah, talk to us about it. The pre-cut is the first one of the first time that I hear the term pre-cut. So what does that mean exactly?
That just it's just the heaviest cut. It's just the most cut. I'm not sure where let's see if it says on the bottle even that's a red.
I'm just curious about the name pre-cut. It seems like it means like before the cut.
It seems like it would be that way, but it's it's the heaviest cut.
It just means that's the heaviest cut. Okay.
Yeah.
But like in here in North America, we like to cut either with a rotary, but if we have like a two-step process with a DA, most people would go for like a microfiber pad or a wool pad nowadays. Do you guys have something similar to that in your system?
Well, I think really the big part of the system is that a lot of stuff you can just do with one step without having to do two steps. Like the red pad, the cutting pad, the heavy cut pad. You can do a one step with that, and you can cut and you can finish with that, depending on the paint.
But let's say
So, but
yeah, go ahead.
if you wanted more, you could use the blue pad or the microfiber or the hybrid or the velour. If you had really bad paint. But the majority of the work you can get done with the yellow, the orange, and the red pads.
So they really
That's
believe in their foam.
yes. The majority of your work you can get done with those three pads.
Okay, so let's
And
talk about it.
okay.
So what's Zvizzer like? Do you have an ultimate one step or it's just paint dependent?
The one I sell the most of is the orange, the MC3000 and the orange pad. That's the one step pad. But it can depend on the paint. If you're on a soft Japanese paint, maybe you do a test spot with the yellow and the fine cut. And then if that's not enough, maybe you step up to the orange pad or the MC3000. It's just like any paint. It varies. Every paint's different. Every car's different. So you just have to experiment with your test spots to get the right
Okay,
combo.
okay. So I'm curious about the orange pad. I mean, meaning it has some cut, but how can it finish? Can you finish most paint? Because I'll be totally honest here. used to the Lake Country Orange or the
Mhm.
Rupes Yellow. If it's okay with you, what pad in your lineup would you compare to Rupes Yellow or Lake Country Orange HGO?
That would be the orange pad, the orange pad, the one
Okay,
I sell the most of. Yeah, you can
and
finish out really nice with the orange pad.
so it's a well balanced type of
Yes.
firmness. Okay,
Hmm.
perfect. Would you say that the system from Zvizzer is targeted towards the professional or the DIYers?
I think it's for the DIYers or the prosumers, because for the professionals, for body shops, they have the pro line. So they have different pads and polishes for the pro line. So this stuff behind me, the detailer line, is mostly for detailers, DIYers, prosumers.
Okay, interesting. Which where comes the super nice packaging?
That I think they actually recently they changed the packaging. So I know they decided to redesign it, and this is what we came up with.
Okay, well, it looks pretty good. I love it. So talk to me about the polishes, the compound. I know you guys have at least 4 of them, right? So can you show us, if you can show us the bottle in the screen,
Yeah.
and
We,
give me a brief breakdown of each one?
well, we have the pre-cut. This cuts the most out of all the polishes. After the blue, you have the red, the heavy cut. After the red, you have MC 3000 orange. This is the one step. Then you have fine cut FC 2000. This would be your finishing polish. Then after that is the ultra fine, and actually the ultra fine has protection built in it, so you could polish with this, let it set up, then wipe it off, and you have a few months of protection with this. And then last but not least is one. This is our all-in-one. This is like this is like the MC 3000, but with protection. So the protection in one is supposed to last 6 to 9 months. So those
Oh,
are those are all the polishes, 5 of them in the line.
FC 2000, is it to make reference to 2000 grit, or it's not that?
Uh,
Oh, do you know where the number comes from?
yeah, I'm sure they told us, but in the last few months, I'd have to double check. But I think that has partially something to do with it.
Okay, but it's pretty simple to understand. FC for fine cut, MC
Yeah,
for medium cut.
orange is medium. They go together with the pads. Like with other systems, like I just said, depending on the paint, might step up to from the orange to the red pad, depending on the paint. So they're interchangeable, and especially you have one. That's why it has all the different colors on it, because you can use it with any pad depending on what you need. But one is a fast. You do 2 passes, maybe 3, and then you're done. So you can get around a car real quick with one, because I've seen videos online where people use one like one of the other polishes, and it's not supposed to be used that way.
They
Two,
use it
three
very slow.
passes. No, they just use it for a long time, like the other polishes. You're only supposed to do 2, maybe 3 passes, and then you're done. Let it set up for 5 or 10 minutes, wipe it off, and that's it. So you
Okay,
don't work one for a long time.
could you polish out the whole car and wipe off at the end?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I was messing around on one of my test panels with I forget, I think with either red or orange the other day, and I got a call. I was on the call for a half an hour, and then I was able to wipe it off really easily. So yeah, you
Yeah,
could do it. You could do the whole car and then wipe it off after.
yeah. So how's the wipe off for these polishes?
The wipe off it's nice. It's smooth. It's not real grabby. Comes off nice.
Okay. Are those like, so you were speaking that you don't get any dust with those product? Are they like really oily, or what do we say?
No,
What do we say about?
they're water based. They're water based,
Okay,
and you can use them like it's earlier. You can use them for a long time. I think on the one video I posted, I polished for like 2 minutes, and there was no dust.
that's great. So that would work well outside, I guess, in the sun. Maybe not in
Uh,
direct sun, but outside in general.
well, when we were at the MT East, the customer was asking about that, and you can use them in the sun.
They won't dry out. So
Yep.
how has been the feedback so far?
Uh, I think every customer that's bought Zvizzer from me has come back 2, 3 times. I just sent a big order, 7 or 8 bottles down to Texas along with some pads. And that customer's made 4 or 5 orders from me. And I've sold stuff, I don't know, all over the country. So feedback has been really good, really positive.
So I want to go back to the maintenance line. So you mentioned that the maintenance line is something that some people in the management wanted to have, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is really the pads and the compounds.
Yeah. I mean, they're good products. I don't carry them all. I have the synthetic wax that I carry. I have the natural wax I have also the spray wax and the protection cream. As I get bigger, I'll start adding more to I'll probably have all the products in the store eventually, but right now those are just the ones I carry and
Okay.
that I've used.
Yeah, the soaps. I'm a big soap guy, so I'm always curious about any brand soap. So they have coatings as well for if people did not hear it earlier. They have a graphene coating and a ceramic coating. So hopefully you can get your hands on that. Is there a specific bestseller in your mind? Not in your mind, but is there a specific bestseller for you guys?
Well, for me, it's been the MC 3000 and the orange pad. Had some customers try the wax, the spray wax, and the paste wax, and they like those a lot. We got to play with the ceramic coating when we were in Spain. And the ceramic coating, some you have to wait for them to sweat, some you have to wait for them to rainbow, some you have to wait for 3 minutes, some you can wait for 10 minutes. Our ceramic coating, you have your 2 foot by 2 foot section, wipe the coating on, you can put your applicator down, then you take the coating right off. So it's fast. You can get around a car pretty quickly.
Okay, interesting. So I want to go to the like the real world experience and performance with the polishes. Can do you have an example of a specific challenging paint type uh, that you had great result, or anything that you can tell us about the user experience for these products?
Well, initially I was using them wrong too when I first got them. So I went to Spain, and then I started to use them on cars like the BMW I talked about. I started out with orange. It wasn't giving me enough, so I stepped up to red, and I did the whole thing in red, and it turned out great. I did a Focus RS, a white Focus RS. I used MC 3000, and that turned out great. So they're they work great. They're easy to use. They come off easy. I mean, all around they're really good products, polishes and pads.
So hard paints, soft paints, and the
Yeah,
all-in-one is good for the entry level type of polishing jobs.
yeah. Actually, there's a detailer customer of mine. He loves one. He does a lot of one steps with protection, and he'll buzz around the car with one, and his customers seem to love it too.
Okay, that's pretty good. So is there for Zvizzer in the US, do you have any? Are you aware of the plans for the next 3 to 5 years?
I'm not privy to the plans for for the next 3 to 5 years. I'm I'm privy to going to SEMA so far this year. I think
Yeah.
that's it for this year. That's the big thing for this year is hopefully going to SEMA and getting the word out there more so than we did at MTE.
So I guess just expansion in general, getting
Yeah,
the brand established.
yeah.
Is there products that they have in Europe that we don't have here yet, or anything specific that we're not aware that you can tell us?
Not that I know of. You know, I'll soon have the professional line, but that will probably be on the store. That's only for professionals. We have the sanding that's coming. We have the marine line that's already been sold a lot down in Florida. So I think everything that is in the Zvizzer line we have or we can get.
Is there one thing, Steve, that you wish people would know that we don't know already about Zvizzer?
Just that we're here. Try us out. See for yourself. Then you try it once, I think you'll come back for more for sure. At least everybody that I've sold to has. So
That's very
that's
good.
it. Just getting the word out. Give us a try. I'm sure no one will be disappointed.
Perfect. Steve, where can people find you, find your store? Where can people support you, my friend? Plug your stuff away.
All right. I have a Facebook page called The Final Details. I have an Instagram called The Final Details. I have TikTok called The Final Details. And then my online store is thefinaldetailscarcare.com.
That's awesome. I'll make sure to put your stuff in the description. So guys, go check out Steve and the fine details. Anything that we forget, Steve, before we go?
No, I think we did a good job covering everything.
That's very good. So I want to thank you so much, Steve, for your time, for being here. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one, my friend.
All right. Thanks for having me. I had fun. Appreciate it.